All right, so the first thing we'll do is let's go ahead and fix and break these lines here. So if I come in here, this line goes all the way around. So I'm just going to right click and I'm going to break it. And I'm just going to go ahead and break it at that particular point. I can come down here and pick this point and break it. Oop, yeah, actually I'm in edit. So let me close that. So I pick it, right click. Sorry, I picked edit, not break line, my fault. So I'm going to break it. And we're going to come in here and I'm going to break it at that point right there. That's actually the start of it. So let me break it down here first. And then I'm going to be able to pick this line here. And you can see that if I pick it, yeah, so that line there is all the way, coming down in through here. This line here is separate. So that's one arc that goes all the way around over there. And then I've got my top back of curb here. Okay. So this one over here, if we pick it, it looks like that may be a separate line. So it didn't join this one, which is good. All right. So that one we don't have to do anything with. All right. So we'll take a look here. We can see. That one's good. This one should be good because there's no endpoints there. You'll notice, yeah, well, that's when we got to fix. So if I pick this one here, same thing. Let's go ahead and break that. So I'm gonna right click and break that one, break it there, and that should have, yep. Okay, so it didn't connect that. That's good. We only had to break it at that one spot. So they're separate lines, and I believe this one's a separate line as well. Nope, let's break that one. So we'll break that one right here. So again, that's a separate line versus the curbing and basically our gutter pan. Okay. Now for this guy down here, what we're going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to take this, I'm going to edit this line. And you can see that this is the start of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this reverse line string direction. And now this is the end of it. And you can see that the arrow is going this way, basically moving the start up to that point. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a point after this line segment. So I'm going to change this from straight to arc. And my radius is 12. And because my direction is going this way, the radius is to the right. Okay, so I'm going to come and change that to the right. And then it's going to ask me for a coordinate. So I'm just going to come down here. You can see the arc now. And I'm just going to come in. I'm going to snap to the end of that line. So now I've got that arc drawn in there. Okay. So what it did was it when I snapped to that line, it threw in, because I grabbed the end of that arc, it grabbed that elevation on that bad arc. So it dropped me down to that particular point. Not a problem. We'll fix it here in a second. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to come in and I'm going to switch this back to straight. And I'm going to draw in this little last segment right here. All right, now when I can close this, there's actually a couple ways I could do this. If I hit cancel and I come back to this particular point right here, I can actually get rid of that elevation with a question mark and hit save. And you can see that that actually undefines that line now and brings it back up to no elevation. Okay, so I can do that. And then I can come down here and actually I don't want to do new. I'm just going to cancel. I'm just going to grab this line. Oops, sorry. Grab this line. We're going to right click and edit. You can see here this is the right endpoint. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add after last segment. I'm going to change it to an arc. This one I know is a 10-foot radius. Same thing. It's going to the right. And the coordinate, what I could do is actually snap to that point in 3D. And now I don't have to worry about editing that elevation. Now I can change this back to straight. And I can grab the end of this little short line that we have there. Then to do the last one, I'm just going to come up here, grab this, do this. And again, it's going in the right direction. So I'm going to add after. We're going to make it an arc. That radius is 9.5. It's going to the right. And that coordinate, same thing. I'm going to pick here in 3D view. And I'm going to switch this to straight. And we're going to grab that last point right there. Okay, so now I can window this, which basically picks up that bad curve and those little segments, and just simply delete it, leaving my line work there. Okay. Also looks like I got something way up there, so I'm going to grab that line there. It looks like it's yeah, it looks like it's just some line that's way up top there, and I'm just going to delete that. All right, just kind of getting rid of that piece to clean it up, so that I'm basically looking at all 2D curbing, building pad, and construction fence. All right.